Good evening. Welcome to another Looking at Stuff video. What we have here is fabric and hands. That is not the topic. This is Fangoria. It's actually a Fangoria from issue 146, which is September 1995. So it doesn't feel like that long ago to me, but I guess that's actually almost 30 years ago now. So a while back. And this issue was all about dentistry. That's kidding. It's screamers. That was the feature film. And these creatures and screamers were robots that were designed to look more and more like humans. And when they catch you, they kill you. I don't really remember the details because I saw it in 1995, but I remember it starred Peter Weller. And Peter Weller, of course, is most famous as RoboCop, or that guy who kills giant rats in that one movie. Depends on what kind of person you are. And X-Files. I'll just kind of flip through and talk about stuff and things. Mainly my experience with Fangoria when I was growing up, and why I still have these. Like most people, I've carried some stuff from my childhood into my adult life, and a lot of stuff has been lost. I had many Fangorias. I think I only have 2 now, and this is one of them. So, and this was kind of my window into another world. Vinny, Carol Kane, is my window into another world because I grew up in a small town where there wasn't really a lot. There wasn't a lot. There was no movie theater. You can see there, September 1995. There was no movie theater, or there was a drive-in. Most of the movies there were French. So this taught me a lot about movies, but not as much as it should have, because I mostly just looked at the ads. I know that's kind of crazy, but I absolutely loved ads. I loved them so much. Maybe not these ads so much. Batman and Robin with ridiculously oversized codpieces. But I used to look at the ads and I wanted everything, except maybe for this. Of course, you have the index page, a page I never used when I was a kid looking at this. So, you know what? In tradition, we're not going to look at it now. The editorial, another thing I would never look at. These, however, I would look at, and I was, I don't know, 10 or 11, and cultural deprived, and I had no idea what a convention was. I did not know what these weekend of horrors were. I kind of gathered that it was a bunch of actors who would show up in the same spot, obviously. And that's how I learned, the names of the actors playing these famous monsters. Well, he didn't play a monster. He was a good guy, but anyway. And I don't remember having any real understanding of what these places places were, and that you could actually just go to them and experience these things. I believe that it was like just a gathering for the industry members to sort of hang out with each other, and then they would take pictures and post it in magazines for all of us to look at and enjoy vicariously. Anyway, well, Postal Zone, you can't see because I'm not doing this well. Postal Zone, where people send letters to the editors and get replies. Again, something I never, ever read. And, I think I still haven't bothered reading these. An ad for special effects school. Like, I remember all the ads. I don't remember any of the articles. I do remember pictures, though. I used to like looking at pictures. Robert Patrick. Spooky World, America's Horror Theme Park. I don't know if that exists anymore. I'm gonna say no. Aliens, The Ride. Iworks. Special guest Bela Lugosi Jr. Ron Chaney, Sarah Karloff. They got all the children. Minneapolis. I've actually been there. Long time ago, when I wanted to be a Jesuit priest. Even more spooky world. Trauma. Naja. At the time I had this magazine as a kid, I'm sure I paid no attention to this article, but in references to Nosferatu and Dreyer's A Vampire, but now I'm older and I've seen this movie and Nosferatu and Vampire, and this one's fun, mostly for Peter Fonda's performance, but Vampire is a masterpiece. Oh, there he is. Peter Fonda as Van Helsing. Oops. Oh, here we go. We have an ad. It is for CD or cassette, CD in 95 fancy. Experience the haunting sounds of Alucarda. The soundtrack of Tim Ritter's Creep. Oh boy. You know you have it made when you're on a Tim Ritter movie. Anyway, training, another makeup school ad. There are a lot of those in here. And this is just blatantly stolen from the Evil Dead 2 poster art. Extra. Do not like Extra. Oh, this is Extra 3. I did not like the first Extra. This weird, slimy British movie. I don't remember really looking at these pages. I'm sure I did, but they don't really stand out to me. This thing. Oh yeah, those were the main screamers. These little things that I think they go under the ground. I remember, it's been a long time. They actually make the dentist joke. Maybe it was in my subconscious. What is this? Oh, the skeletal screamer. It says up here. You can't see it very well because of my positioning. Y'all just gonna have to deal. Alright. What's this? More screamers. Mortal Kombat. What's this? Grand prizes. Lord of Illusions. I was was excited when this movie was being released because I was a Clive Barker fan, and then I saw it, and when I first saw it, I hated it. I hated this movie, and I continued to hate it for many years, and then I got to see it again when I was in my 20s, and it has grown on me considerably. It's a strange and lovely movie. This guy's been in the sun too long. Pinhead. Oh, I remember this ad though. I have a magazine that was dedicated just to species, and it was supposed to be limited edition. I'm sure it isn't worth anything. Of course, they had these ads in there, but yeah, very cool. From the movie Species, that Sill and whatever the hell that thing is. Male creature. Okay. Another section I definitely never read. This is video releases. Leprechaun 3. It's actually a decent movie. Virtuosity. I do not really like it, but it was probably America's big introduction to Russell Crowe. Make of that what you will. So, I never had a subscription to Fangoria because, I'm not sure. It was expensive. My mom was a single waitress, but, and I couldn't get them all the time. There was one corner store in town, and it wasn't even in the main part of town. You'd have to drive halfway around this bay where it served a sort of small sub-community, and this corner store would sometimes get Fangorias. And if I was lucky, I could convince my mom to check, and she would actually get one for me every once in a while. X-Files. I had no idea what X-Files was at the time. It looked really cool. I wanted to see it so bad, but I did not know. And the reason is, let's see if I can explain this. Hang on, I'm trying to find a pen over here. Sure, I had one. Well, if I don't have a pen, I do have a Sharpie. It's not ideal, but I'll have to put something underneath though. How did I lose my pen? Anyway, well. Oh dear. Alright. So. So, down here, you have Maine, New Brunswick, Quebec, Labrador, Newfoundland. Somewhere way over here is New York, and this is a peninsula called Gaspé, the Gaspé Peninsula, or Gaspé Sea. And right on the tip here is the actual town of Gaspé, and Montreal is somewhere like way over here. To get from here to the nearest big city, of Montreal is an 11-hour drive by car, or 17 hours by train. In this town, in 95, we had, very few English channels. We had an ABC affiliate, an NBC affiliate, a CBS affiliate, ASN, which none of you probably know is Atlantic Satellite Network. I believe that was something else. It was Nova Scotia Channel and TMN, which was a premium Canadian movie channel. And of course, CBC and PBS. And in my youth, that was it for English television. So we really had 7 regular channels and a premium. And that started to expand, I think, in 96 or 97. We got YTV and Fox, and a few other things. And then when the mini satellite dishes came out, they became very popular. But, so X-Files, of course, came on Fox. At this time, I did not have Fox, so all I could do was dream. And this magazine helped. I just rewatched all of X-Files with my wife during the Christmas vacation a few years ago. It was my first time in like 20 years, and it is still very good. Species stuff. Tim Ritter. I actually have never seen a Tim Ritter movie, and probably will not change that. He was a big fan of Herschel Gordon Lewis, and he tried to do very low-budget gore movies. I saw him do an interview with Herschel once, and Herschel said, well, it's not the movie I would have made. Anyway, Carol Kane in When a Stranger Calls. She's great. Such a wonderful actress. Section I definitely did not read. This is horror book releases. I did read. I was reading. Stephen King and Clive Barker novels by this point, but I was a very slow reader and not a very motivated one. And so when it came to articles like this, I just would not. Create your career in animation, 3D animation. animation in '95. Wow, he could make something as good as Lawnmower Man. Great movies on VHS. Army of Darkness, that's a good one. Okay, if you paid $20 for The Crawling Eye, I'm very sorry. Haunting Fear, that's a good one. Tetsuo the Iron Man. Vampire Vixens from Venus. I have actually seen it. David Cho. He wrote The Crow, I think. And my wife actually used to know him when she lived in LA. Vinny. Tales of Terror, Peter Lorre. The first story in Tales of Terror, where Peter Lorre and Vincent Price have a drink off, is it's just one of the best moments in 60s movies ever, or any movie ever. It's so good. This is Tim Ritter film. Two big reasons to see this movie is the kind of thing that Russ Meyer or directors like Tim Ritter used to put on these, but he didn't go for that low-hanging fruit. Good for him. Gothic sculptures, life-size. Oh, authentic werewolf skull. Man, what's the werewolf doing without his skull, you know? How does he eat? More learn special effects. I actually tried to buy a special effects kit at a Fangoria once. I had to ask my grandmother because she had the credit card, and when she called, they claimed to be sold out. I don't know. I have a feeling some of these were scams. Sexy trading cards. Scream Queens Illustrated. Back issues. I can actually, it's probably kind of hard for you to see this, but I can actually tell you which ones of these I had because I remember getting the posters out of them. I still have some of the posters. Others got destroyed by my cats. But, I'm not going to do that. It's kind of boring. And my cousin used to lend me some of the older ones, so I'd flip through those, and they had even better ads. They had all these ads for masks, and he actually bought one. Masks and fake eyes and all sorts of cool things that these newer, to me anyway, magazines do not seem to have. And he had a lot of Gore Zone. Maybe Gore Zone had the better ads. I don't know. Here we go. Life-size motorized monsters. Makeup and optical effects. Halloween outlet. Midnight video. They'll sell you all kinds of crap. Oh, the alien. No, the autopsy video. Sorry, I said alien because I saw the word autopsy, but yes, I remember. They would just sell you an authentic autopsy video, which was, crazy. Until Discovery started airing autopsies and stuff all the time, but Nightmares and Dreamscapes. Publications. zombie newsletter. World's first newsletter devoted to the zombie films of George Romero. I mean, how much news would there be to cover? Romero only made, I mean, this was 95. It took him another 10 years before he made Land of the Dead. Anyway. Oh well, not my business. Oops. And more stuff for me not to read. Lord of Illusions and Pumpkinhead game, computer game, Splatter Packed CD-ROM. This is one of those FMV games. Well, that's it. As much as I'd like to hang out with you some more, we've reached the end of the magazine, so, move on with your life, I guess. Oh, wait, no, not yet. Not yet, we have to do a new one of these. Click. Thumb up, subscribe, Mac and please, and